Hey guys, what is up and welcome back to some more Battle Spot free battles. This time I'm battling a female Japanese trainer and she has a Venusaur on her team, and that is I don't know, this thing was so hard to take down, but you'll notice what will happen later on to this game. It was really interesting to face Mega Venusaur. I don't see them that often and I'm really glad when I see them, simply because of the variety that evolves around Mega Venusaur and stuff like that. It can be physical, it can be special, it can be a wall, it can be basically anything, so I have to prepare my balls for this. So I'm going to start off with my Politoed, and I see that she leads up with Venusaur, and I'm going to switch out immediately into my Goodra. She goes for the Mega Evolution right there, and this pretty much tells me that, you know, Mega Venusaur has thick fat ability, and I won't be able to be doing that much damage with my Ice Beam, which I'm totally fine with. I sponge a Sludge Bomb. Luckily for me, I did not get the Poison Hex, which is really good. So I'm gonna hit him with an Ice Beam, and I know that it's really not going to do that much damage. I think Dragon Pulse does even more damage, but what I was really fishing for at this point was the Freeze Axe, but I don't get it. She roars me out into Garfantula, and I'm definitely not going staying with that Pokemon because I know I don't want to break my Focus Sash just yet. So I'm going to switch out back into my Goodra. I'm going to sponge 2 Sludge Bombs, and neither of them is going to get the poison, which I'm very glad about. I'm going to go for a Ice Beam, really trying to fish for that Freeze Axe, and I'm still not getting it, and she's gonna go for another Sludge Bomb, and this time she's gonna get the Poison Hex, which is totally cool. I was going to go for the rest anyway, and because the rain is up, Hydration, which is going to be the ability of my Goodra, is going to pretty much wake me up immediately right after, which is very good. And that's great because I'm back at full HP, and she is going to continue to spam those Sludge Bombs. And really, there is only one thing that she can really do at this point, and that's roar me out, because I'm going to spam those Ice Beam until I get the Freeze Axe. This time she gets another Poison Hex, which is totally fine by me because I retaliate with a Freeze Axe. That's so awesome, really. Like Frozen Mega Venusaur, like it's not even moving. It's so awesome. It's like frozen frames right there. That's awesome. So this time I decided to switch up moves and go for the Dragon Pulse instead of the Ice Beam, because I think the Dragon Pulse, well, actually, yes, it does. Dragon Pulse does more damage than Ice Beam does. And I'm definitely going to continue spamming those until I take down this Venusaur, and I definitely do right now, and that's really awesome. I'm still poisoned though, I think, and that's really not something that I'm so glad about. So the rain actually stops, so I cannot really get any use out of my ability. So I have to decide. I decided actually to switch out back into my Politoed because I really need that rain going on, because my Goodra function at 100% whenever it's actually under the rain, and that is going to be the scenario right now. So she's gonna go for the John, and it's gonna try to put my Politoed to sleep, but I don't really care that much because I'm not really going to let my Politoed fall asleep. I'm going to switch out immediately right back into my Goodra. And you know, because Slowbro is especially orientated Pokemon, I know that I can take whatever this guy's about to throw at me. But she actually goes for the John one more time, and I'm kind of sleepy right now. I'm gonna drop a Thunder on the Slowbro because that's super effective. It's 100% accuracy. She's gonna hit me with a Psychic. It's not gonna do that much damage. I'm obviously gonna fall asleep because of the John that she used before. I'm not too worried about it because, of course, the rain is still in effect, and that is going to activate my ability Hydration. That is going to be waking me up on the next turn. She's gonna go ahead and hit me with a Psychic, which is totally fine by me. I'm gonna go for the rest one more time just to recover all the HP, and it's kind of funny because there isn't a single status move which can actually do anything against my Goodra under the rain. It's such an amazing Pokemon under the rain. It's so amazing. But she's actually gonna continue to spam those Psychics. Now remember, Psychic I believe has a 25 to 30% chance of getting the special defense drop on the opposing Pokemon, and she doesn't really get it, which I'm very glad about. I'm gonna be able to drop another Thunder on the Slowbro, and that is actually going to take down the Slowbro. And she's actually going to bring out her last Pokemon, which is gonna be a Sylveon in Japanese right there. I'm gonna go for the Moonblast. That's super effective. And even though I have a lot of special defense, I'm not gonna be able to take that as good as I thought I would. But I'm totally fine with that because I'm going to go for the Thunder, pretty much fishing for the Paralysis. And I do get the Paralysis. I was so happy at that moment. But then I realized she has the Lumberry. and that is pretty much going to cure her paralysis. She's gonna go for the Drain Kiss, obviously because she wants to recover HP before she has to face my last Pokemon, or my last two other Pokemons. I'm actually going to continue to drop a Thunder here, really crossing my fingers to get another Paralysis Hack so I can pretty much seal off the deal here. But it doesn't happen and the rain stops. She's gonna go for the Draining Kiss, and that is actually going to be sufficient to take down my Goodra at this point. And well, I'm actually not too worried because I still got my Politoed with a pretty decent amount of HP. I think it's still at full. I'm not sure, I think it is. And I'm gonna be able to set up the rain one more time. Yes, I'm actually at full HP, which is great. Drizzle kicks in, more rain. I like this chocolate rain going on here. I'm gonna go for the Scald, obviously because I do want to get the secondary effect, and I want to make use of the rain. Of course, Scald gets a little bit of a power boost under the rain, and that is actually going to do like 70% damage. But that was a crit. And I'm totally cool with that because it doesn't really matter in the end because I still have my Garfantula left and I can still drop Thunders all over the place, and that's going to do a lot of damage against the Sylveon. Other than that, she's actually going to go for the John, and I know that I'm going to fall asleep on the next turn, so I had to play a little bit strategy. I had to like think of a good strategy right now, so I was like, I'm going to go for the Attract. She's possibly going to be like 2 turns minimum. Going to be mobilized by love while I'm actually asleep, and that is exactly what happens, and I was so glad that the whole strategy actually worked out. I wake up, I go for the Scald, still under the rain, and that is actually going to bring her down to like, I believe 5 or 3% HP, and that is actually not sufficient for her to leave on and sponge another Scald. So I'm gonna be able to take her down. She was still immobilized by love at the very end, so it was like the 3 turns of a consecutive falling in love and stuff. I know my Politoed is such a handsome Pokemon, but didn't really thought it would be that useful. But here's the second match here against Lucas. He has a Garchomp, Electivire, and Gengar. Now for this battle, he decided to lead off with this Gengar, which has the Mega Stone. And that Gengar was really scary because at first I was like, man, it's just a regular Gengar. He has 2 possible Megas, being Garchomp and Gengar, and I didn't really think that he would use Gengar as his Mega Evolution, but he does. So he leads up with his Gengar. I set up the rain because of Drizzle. He's gonna get the Mega Gengar going on here, and as we all know, Mega Gengar has the ability Shadow Tech, so I'm not gonna be able to switch out on the next turn, which is quite unfortunate. He's gonna go for the Hypnosis, not gonna miss, which is really lucky on his part. Now my Politoed is asleep, and that is something that I don't like, because at this point he can go for the Thunderbolt, he can go for the Dream Eater, he can do whatever the fuck he wants, and that is something that I do not appreciate. So he's gonna go for the Thunderbolt, and my Politoed is such an amazing Pokemon that it actually wakes up on the first turn. I'm able to go for the Scald under the rain. That is going to do like 70% damage, and that is a lot, and I'm really happy about the damage. So he's gonna be able to take me down with the Thunderbolt. Totally cool. Politoed did an amazing job right there, waking up on the first turn and then, you know, pretty much retaliating with the Scald under the rain and doing so much damage. Now this was a very stupid move on my part. For once, I didn't really think that this Gengar had Sludge Bomb, and 2, I didn't even know that actually Fairy type attacks are not super effective against I don't know what it is, Poison or Ghost, or maybe both, I don't remember, but it was not super effective. I was so happy that I actually managed to take down that Gengar, because otherwise I would have punched myself in the face. He's gonna bring out his Electivire right now, which is going to be his secondary choice, and he's gonna hit me with a Giga Impact. It's kind of funny because I do have Hyper Beam on my Sylveon, so it's like the two most powerful normal type attacks, I believe, that you can use normally, not to mention Self-Destruct or Explosion. So you've got Giga Impact and Hyper Beam both being the same move, but one is special and the other one is physical. It was kind of funny to see that happening. So I'm actually going to bring out my Galfangula here, gonna go for the Bug Buzz, get a special defense drop, and then finish him off on the next one, because he had to recharge because of the Giga Impact. Now he's gonna bring out his Garchomp, which is, I don't know, I don't like Garchomps. I really don't like Garchomp in these 3-on-3 battles, because it has been such a nightmare all the time. It's either Choice Scarf or it's just Choice Bandit, or it just does something that I did not expect, and it always ends up destroying everything that I have left on my team, and I don't like that. So I'm actually going to go for the Bug Buzz here, double Bug Buzz on the Garchomp. Doesn't take him out, he's gonna take me out with a Earthquake, and that is actually going to be the game. Yeah, I lost, but it was definitely a good game. I love the fact that Politoed was able to wake up right after it was put to sleep. So guys, thank you very much for all the support, the likes, the comments, the subscriptions. You guys are amazing. I love you all. Remember, the more you like, the more you support, the more videos I will definitely be uploading. So keep up the good work, and so will I, and I'll talk to you guys later.